What's the moment you realized nobody was coming to save you?
You're now listening to the Student of Life podcast.
Hi, y'all. Trey and Tim here, your resident host of Student of Life. We're so glad you decided to come and join us for another episode. Well, I can't speak for Tim. So let me ask you, Tim, are you glad they've returned for another episode?
So glad that you came to join us for another episode.
Well, I guess I could speak for Tim. Also, once again, we've been joined by Johnny V, the one and only.
How's it going, everybody? Appreciate it being on again. Thank you again for having me. What can I say? I'm super excited for this topic too.
There it is. There it is. I guess we're all excited that you've come to join us, and thank you very much for your support. And if you have any questions about any of the previous episodes, feel free to go ahead and drop us a comment or send us a direct message, in our inbox. But this episode, there's a couple of topics that we'll be hitting. Tim, should I let the people know, or should we just jump into it?
You know what? Let's let them know this time.
Oh, well, this episode might hit hard for some people, but maybe that's exactly what's needed. We'll be hitting on topics of accountability, ownership, discipline, brotherhood, and even action, because it's all about action.
Yes, it is. And I will preface it by saying, aside from the brotherhood, also the sisterhood.
You know what? That is a very solid point, and for sure, sisterhood and brotherhood, because, this is one human race that we're in. So, Tim, hey, I got a question for you. Do you have any insights on comfort or survival mode? Oh, wait. No. Did you say that we're going to jump into it or not? Wait, which one did you say that we're going to do?
Well, I was going to say that we should give them a little bit of an insight into it. But, if you're wanting to jump into it, I'm not going to stop you.
Okay. Hey, let's go ahead and jump into it. Do you have any insights on those two things?
Ooh, survivor mode. Yes. I think, honestly, most days I feel like I'm in survivor mode. I think between work, parenthood, trying to balance, a social life, a family life, a work life, just and really just a solo life of, that time for myself and the ability for me to kind of unwind and decompress and do stuff for my own well-being. It's tough. I think I'm constantly just go, go, go between, from the time I get up in the morning, get the kids to school, go to work, get them from school in the afternoon, get them fed, get them ready for bed. It's just a constant, cycle. And then even on the weekends, you have sports and other curricular activities. And then days where it's been like the last 2 days of constant rain, trying to keep them entertained and from tearing each other's throats out. So I think it is just that survivor mode across the spectrum of everything. So
So,
yes,
so,
I can personally attest to that.
so you're saying that you've kind of been in survival mode, just putting out fires and haven't really been able to just sit comfortably.
I don't want
Is
to
that
say
what I'm?
100%. So
Okay.
I'll have the occasional time where I've been able to kind of let loose and relax and enjoy my time. But, I think in those instances too, then I'm focusing on, well, if I am not at work and I don't have my boys with me and they're with their mom, and I'm trying to get stuff done around the house, I'm trying to get stuff, other things accomplished, no matter what it is. So I don't want to say it's go, go, go all the time, but even on the times where I think I have a little bit of that time to myself, something will pop into my head and I was like, oh, okay, I got to get this done. Or case in point, yard work with how much it rains here and has rained recently. I was wanting to just binge watch the episodes of The Office for, one of the days the other day. And I'm like, nope, there's like multiple days of rain coming. And if I don't get my jungle of the backyard cut, I said, I know someone from the HOA is going to be peering at the grass, creeping over the fence line.
So
That's
yeah,
tough, man.
yeah. It sounds to me like, accountability, that's something that, I mean, you're looking at that yard, right? You want to go ahead and just binge watch The Office, but you're looking at that yard and you know that you have to go ahead and deliver, right? And cut that yard, or somebody is going to put that BTA. So if you don't know what BTA is, I would say look up what BTA is. Has
Give me a
anybody heard?
second. No, I have no clue what that
No.
is.
All right. So I take it that we don't have many sports fans in here, because somebody uses that term quite often in today's pop culture. BTA.
Hmm.
I'll let you
Mhm.
look it up. BTA.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's built to, you can fill in the rest, donkey.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But the HOA would do that to you, right? If you didn't.
Bro, let me tell you, getting
ETA,
a
wow, I can't believe I didn't link those.
it took me a minute to connect the
Yeah,
dots there, more than a minute, I should say. But yeah, no, getting and they've been hammering down on people over the neighborhood lately. And I always joked, I was like, I'm never going to live in a neighborhood that has an HOA. I'm never going to live, somewhere where I have to be controlled on what I can and can't do or can and can't have. Lo and behold, I ended up in this neighborhood, for the sake of me and the boys, and I love it here. But yeah, they'll come around. They sent me a letter within my first year being here because I had a couple weeds down by my mailbox and took a photo of it and put it in there. And I was like, okay, now I know what I'm dealing with. Game on.
Wait, 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 they didn't even pull it for you?
They
The couple
literally took a photo, put it on a note, and then put it in an envelope, mailed it to me, and kept it in there. So yes, they could have easily saved all that time and money.
but you know who you're dealing with. You know where you're living, and
it
you're
was
taking
one weed, is that what you said?
a couple of weeds.
There
I
were
think
my,
you said
a couple of little weeds
A c
that were down there,
Okay,
like the
are we saying
crabgrass.
literally a couple, like, meaning
Yes,
2 weeds? Oh my
yes.
god. Yeah, I can't do that, bro, you're a strong man, like, I'm telling you right now, there's no way.
there it is, but it's the accountability. He knew that it was an HOA there, right?
Right, that's true, yeah, he did accept that before he actually signed those papers and everything.
Because I know that they have bylaws and stuff like that when we're talking about
Yeah.
HOA, right? You have some HOAs that are super strict about the bylaws, some that are not. So he was blessed to be shown who he's dealing with. And since he knows who he was dealing with, he went ahead and took that accountability. He didn't turn up the office. He cut that grass because he remembered those two weeds that ended up getting him a picture and a letter.
Did you at least
That
frame it?
BTA. Yeah. Oh, it's saved with my repository of other naughty letters that I've received.
No.
So
Yeah.
so Johnny, I've got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Johnny V, the one and only.
The
Did you
one and
wanna
only.
did you wanna go ahead and reintroduce yourself? Because, I mean, you haven't been with us that long.
Oh, that's true, that's true, so, again, I'm Johnny V, the one and only, and I am actually a truly blessed man. I was in the military for 8 years. I did 2 years active, 6 years reserves. Honestly, I would have stayed in it if circumstances were different. We can touch on that a little bit later, I guess. I've held down 3 to 4 jobs at a time, so I know what it means to, how you said it, just, I call it zombie mode, where you're just going and, like, nothing's really driving or holding that wheel, but something's just continuing to push you forward. So, yeah, I believe I have a little bit to, throw into this topic as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, life experiences, I mean, we all have those, right?
right.
And, there's always a point in time where we realize that the onus is on us and that nobody's coming to save us.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna come to save us. We have to save ourselves. I mean, yes, I think we've talked about this in other episodes where there are, institutions and programs out there to assist, but the onus is on you to really fix things for yourself and actually, get out of whatever situation that you're in.
I
So
think realistically looking at it, so we should preface it by saying if you're truly suffering and you're truly struggling to a point, then I don't want to say you're reliant on someone to come absolutely save you, but don't suffer and go through something alone if it's that much, of a life stressor or a major thing in that. It's nothing to be ashamed of to ask for some assistance or for some help or some guidance or whatever you have. But, I just want to throw that out there that, you know, nobody should really struggle by themselves if they're truly going through major events. Now, you shouldn't become reliant on somebody or multiple people coming to, your rescue all of the time. But if you need a helping hand or you need some sort of, guidance or assistance to get back up in your feet or, to kind of help push you in the right direction, there's no by no means is that a sign of weakness or should anybody be ashamed of that. But at the same time, don't make it a habit of relying on people to help you out everything in life.
there it is. I mean, because we all go through things and, we all do need help every now and then. I cannot do this show without you two. Tim, Johnny B, the
I
one and only.
appreciate it.
Like you guys are helping so much to bring character to this show. And I know you want to make a joke right now, Johnny. I know you want to now,
I I'm holding back, I swear, I'm being nice.
but In all honesty, the onus is on us, but at the same time, we do need help because nobody can do this alone, but you do have to be accountable. And before I move on, did you have any final thoughts for this, just the tip, Johnny?
Yeah, I hate saying too much, as I apologize for that. I'm actually a very religious man, so I believe that I had to contradict your no one's coming to save you, because I do believe in God, I believe in Jesus. And my biggest thing with that though is that when I do ask and that hand is reached out, it is upon me to take that hand and go the way that I'm being directed, not just, okay, well, thank you for helping me out, you know. So I do believe that there, like Tim said, reach out. You can reach out to other people. I actually have a great story for that as well, where I didn't even necessarily ask, but reach out, but don't make it a habit. If someone gives it to you, take it, but be grateful and move forward in your life. Don't just squander the gifts that they blessed you with.
There it is. There it is. And that's the beauty of having a conversation, right? And what we're building here, we do not have to agree on every single topic. We do not have to agree on every single point. But what we are going to agree on is that we are all human beings first, and we all have our own thoughts, opinions, and leanings. But we don't have to agree on every single point, and that is healthy. But we can always have a conversation and be open to the possibilities.
Right.
And so, in this full episode, we're going to be taking a deeper dive into this topic of comfort and growth, along with other conversational points. So, you were talking about spirituality, Christian faith. I take it.
Correct.
There it is.
Yes.
If anybody who's watching or who's listening right now, if you want to keep following this journey that we're on right now of these deeper conversations, go ahead and subscribe on Patreon. That way you can go ahead and get the full package. And if this content here of just the tip was just enough for you, then feel free to go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons. All the people say that, right? And let's continue
Like,
to
subscribe, and share.
there it is. I forgot the share part.
The
So
share
like,
part. Sharing
sub
is caring.
and share. But in the meantime, let's continue to learn, grow, and live together. We're gonna go ahead and transition on over.